Hey everybody, it's the Burger Dude, and today we're making the best vegan cream cheese I've ever had. Honestly, this stuff is the closest I've had to traditional non-vegan cream cheese, and I can't stop eating it. The flavor and texture are on point, and we're also going to make some different variations, so stick around for that. So I've tried just about every vegan cream cheese in the US market, and my favorites are Miyoko's and Kite Hill, but to be honest, the Miyoko's is a little too tangy for me and it's not quite creamy enough, and the Kite Hill, well, it's actually too mellow in flavor, so I wanted to make something right in the middle, aka the Goldilocks zone. And I modeled this mostly off the Miyoko's. As you can see here, it's only made from cashews, coconut cream, salt, and cultures. And now cultures usually means you have to let stuff ferment for a while, like usually a few days, and I'm pretty impatient, so instead we'll be using some vegan lactic acid, which is pretty mandatory for this recipe. I tried to test with the lemon juice, and it really just didn't have the same sort of umami tangy boost, and on top of that, it just kind of tasted like lemons. So I highly recommend not substituting the lactic acid. I'll leave some links in the description for that as well. But this recipe is super simple. All we need to do is get some cashews. Now I know this is a lot, but that's because I'm making 4 portions. One portion should come out to about 8 ounces of cream cheese, which is the same amount that Kite Hill and Miyoko's have per package. But for one portion, you only need 1 cup of cashews, and then we're gonna let them soak in some boiling water for about 20 minutes or so. After that, let's get a high-speed blender, and I really can't stress that enough. You do need something that can really pummel these cashews. And then we're gonna add in about 150 grams of that coconut cream. And if you're wondering if this is gonna make the cream cheese taste like coconut, the answer is not really. I can kind of taste a slight hint if I'm trying, but it's really subtle if at all. And once we got our coconut cream in there, we're gonna add our lactic acid. And for 1 portion of cream cheese, I used a heaping teaspoon of it. And then we'll do about a half teaspoon of salt, and obviously add more salt if you want, or more lactic acid if you want it to be more tangy. And then we just gotta blend that up. As we do, make sure you use your tamper. It'll probably not want to blend up at first, but eventually everything will come together, and then we'll have something that looks like that. Taste it for seasoning, of course, but it should be good. And now the hardest part, the waiting. Yes, even though we don't need to ferment anything, we do want to let it rest in the fridge for a few hours, ideally overnight. This will help it firm up as well as let the flavors mingle. And since I made a ton, might as well make a few different flavors. First, let's do a strawberry, and I recommend using some dried strawberries like this. If you use fresh strawberries, they'll add a lot of liquid, and you'll have to adjust your cashews and coconut cream to offset it. But I'm adding about a half of this bag here, which I believe was a little over half an ounce. And then we'll blend that up, and this was so freaking good. And I'm not usually a sweet cream cheese guy, but this stuff was super phenomenal. But into the fridge it goes so we can firm it up, and it'll get even better. Now it's worth noting that I biffed up the amount of coconut cream for the next 2 flavors. I added a bit more and they turned out a lot softer, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but something to note if you want to experiment with the texture of your cream cheese. And for the next one, I'm going to chop up some dill pickles, and then we'll add some garlic powder, our pickles, some dill. Fresh dill might be better, but I only had dry. And they're going to mix that up, and this was also super freaking good. It could even be a good dip, but for right now, we're going to throw it in the fridge as well. And then last but not least, let's chop up a jalapeno. Since Kite Hill no longer makes their jalapeno cream cheese, I have no idea why. It was my favorite one. But we're going to chop that up, and we're going to add a little garlic powder as well, and we're going to give that a mix. And now, into the fridge that one goes, and we're going to let them rest overnight so we can try them tomorrow morning. All right, through the power of editing, it's the next morning, and I want to try some of these out. I'm very excited. But first, let's take a look at how much the texture has changed overnight. And just, I mean, look at that. It's gone from a yogurt consistency to a perfect cream cheese consistency. It really is pretty magical. Okay, time to dig in, and let's do the classic one first. Let's go ahead and spread that on a cracker, and like I said, this stuff is just ridiculous. As is the strawberry, which I'm gonna try here. And this one really benefited from chilling overnight as the strawberries really let loose. They were not subtle at all. And then next we're gonna do the jalapeno, and yeah, big surprise, it's just like the classic, but even better because it's got a little bit of a kick. So Kite Hill, even though you dropped the ball with your jalapeno cream cheese, everyone, I got you covered. Go ahead and make this. It's gonna really fill that jalapeno void. And the dill pickle was really something else. It was definitely the most tangy and in your face of the bunch, but that wasn't a bad thing in this case. And naturally, all of these are great on crackers as a dip, but let's see how they are on a bagel. So we'll give one of these bagels a nice smearing, and then let's go ahead and take a bite. And there you go. That is the face you'll make the first time you take a big old bite, which I highly suggest you do. You could also use this cream cheese recipe for my jalapeno popper burger or my Takis jalapeno poppers. I'll leave links for those recipes right here. And please make this recipe, let me know how it goes, and leave a comment and let me know what kind of flavor or variation you're gonna make. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.